Hi dear students, we are in 10th biology and today we will learn the types of coordination. Remember that we already learned the introduction of coordination and now the types of coordination. There are two types of coordination. Among them, one is chemical coordination while second one is nervous coordination. Here we will learn first the chemical coordination and we will compare it with nervous coordination. By this process, it will be easy to understand and in reminding because characteristics are comparable. So, chemical coordination is release of specific chemicals which are known as hormones. These hormones would be in secretion, you may say in fluid state or dense fluid, which secreted by special cells in our and other beings' body. The cells which secrete these hormones are called the glands. Sometimes they would be tissue, sometimes they would be some of the cells, and sometimes there are some organs which perform the function of hormone secretion, and hence sometimes our all body support to produce hormones. If we will compare this characteristic with nervous coordination, in nervous coordination there would be neurotransmitters. Neurotransmitters are, in other words, you may say impulse. It is message or signals from neuron cells, from nervous tissues, which transferred or transmitted to other body parts for messaging, for coordination, for control. So here we can write the secretion takes place from neurons. What are the neurons? These are two special cells. Hence, there are two special cells which secrete hormones, but these cells would be present in our body organs, while these are the neuron cells which are also the specialized or highly specialized type of cell present only in animals' body, which produce neurotransmitters or impulse, which is their message to coordinate other body parts. Hence, in chemical coordination, there would be target cells to receive the secreted hormones, which would be for them either to start their function or to inhibit their performance. So, the hormones are not produced regularly, but these type of chemicals are produced on need. Wherever the organism feel that they have certain wishes or demands or needs of the body, they produce and sometimes they produce to inhibit this kind of functioning. So in our body, where hormones are released, to receive these hormones, there would be target cells which must have the special receiving molecules in their membranes, especially in cell membrane, which recognize the chemicals of hormone for their help or for their support. Similarly, in nervous coordination, there also would be receptors in body cells which recognize the signal of neuron and receive it for their support, for their appropriate functioning. So, dear students, this is a simple phenomena and this is highly advanced phenomena. The chemical coordination occur only in lower animals, plants and certain prokaryotics, while in compared to this, nervous coordination occurred in only higher animals, especially those organisms which have senses, like human have 5 senses, and likewise other organisms have sense and sensory organs. Like this, these type of receptors are much advanced and this type is primitive, or you can say the start point. Now, in this topic, mostly in exams, question comes for differentiate the topic. So, here you may say that this is the chemical coordination and here is the nervous coordination. So, when you will differentiate both of them, here I have written some of the points. You also write like this. The point number 1 is activity of special secretory cells. I wrote this for chemical coordination. In chemical coordination, certain secretory substances are produced from special cells. So, what you will write for nervous coordination, here you may write not secretory but signals. Which type of signals? Electrochemical. Electrochemical signals. Here electrochemical means they have very high speed like electricity, but they would be chemicals. Mostly they would be ions or sometimes simple molecules which would be easy to transfer from one place to other place to stimulate something or some characteristic or some type of functions in living organisms. Now, characteristic number 2, there is signals type purely chemical in chemical coordination, because here we already written that these cells are secretory cells. They produce some gaseous substance, some secretion in fluid which may be transferred from one organ to another for a special functioning, but here only would be the signals which would be ions, For these type of signals, we use the word impulse. Impulse or neurotransmitter. Impulse or neurotransmitter are the production of message from the special type of neurons which is said to be nervous coordination for getting performance of some type of functions in our body. Point number 3, in chemical coordination, for this coordination we write slower in action, because when chemical release they get certain time to release and to arrive to their target cells, while for neurotransmitters we write it is faster in actions. In this type of coordination, organism get and perform the characteristic, stimulate and produce response in seconds, while there in chemical coordination they take some time to generate response. So this coordination, chemical coordination, is slower, while in compared to this, nervous coordination is more faster. These type of actions get little time to production of response. Here the characteristic number 4, the response is longer in duration. For chemical coordination, we say that chemicals are produced in glands and secreted, get some type of channel like blood and arrived, and they take certain time to perform their function. This could be longer in duration. While for nervous coordination, we say that when neurotransmitters arrives, they get quickly their performance or generate their response in very little time, so it is shorter in duration. Because of that, most of the animals are much intelligent or much active in their performance, while lower organisms and plants get much time in production of their response for a specific type of stimulus. Hence, we will go ahead and the characteristic number 5, there is primitive type of coordination. We are saying for chemical coordination because this coordination present in a lower organism and plants. All organisms are slow in action, but all of these kind of organisms are more previous to our existence and higher animals' existence, because this point highlights the process of development. So among development, we can observe that these organisms are more senior from us. So this type of creation is primitive. They have simple characteristic and get more time. While for nervous coordination, we say this type is advanced type and much complex in features or characteristics. In primitive coordination, organism can't understand different type of stimuluses, and till they generate response, they get harm or hazardous effect on them. But in nervous coordination, organism possess advanced type of characteristics, and they would be much complex in their performance, can generate different type of responses to face, to manage the stimuluses and adjust themselves in their surrounding or in their environment. And lastly, there is chemical coordination found in all organisms. We can say that in human being it is also present, and from unicellular like bacteria to human being, all type of organism possess certain type of chemicals, certain type of molecules which are said to be hormones, and they are produced for a special type of performance. While for nervous coordination, we always say that it found only in higher animals. All higher animals possess some neuron cells. The neuron cells are only cells which can generate the neurotransmitter or impulse. Because of that, they would be much active in their performance. Thank you very much.